Hello, and welcome to the Gers TV. My name is Si Leslie.
And I'm Vivian.
We've got Lewis in the corner as well. Gordon didn't make it tonight, he's still got the skittles. But we hope to see him. He's watching live tonight, so he's going to be doing the sharing, and he might even be doing some comments. So get well soon, Gordon. My advice to you would be an Oxo cube, maybe thicken that a wee bit. Hopefully you're better soon, pal.
Don't get that. I don't want to know.
Don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
So how's things? All right? How you been?
I'm been fab. Yeah, I had a quiet weekend for once. Watched the football. Enjoyed the football. And was at the gym all weekend. I'm right back into my training. So my
Village?
I was at the village. Yeah. I love it. I actually really like it down there. So I'll be down there for the foreseeable, but heavy back into my training and my body's in bits. But I'm enjoying it. What about yourself?
Well, Lewis first, how was your weekend?
How are you?
Aye, it was good, good game at the weekend, good win, three goals, can't complain. So.
All good. I went to the Player of the Year Awards at the weekend, Sunday night, which I thought it was well organised. It was a bit short and the players didn't last long, they were only there for about 45 minutes to an hour. But a thoroughly enjoyable night, met a lot of good friends and good Rangers people, and I fair enjoyed it, as my messages was.
Yeah, there was a wee voice note at 12:30 at night.
12:30 at night. And then the dog ran away at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was
Really?
trying to find her with a glass of whiskey, but aye, it was a great night. Unfortunately, the Rangers never won anything this season, so should they really be having awards? I don't know, but I got an invite and I went along. Let's just talk about the match. Before we do that, we'll do comments. If you could just give us a wee like and share, and help with the shares, guys. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10.
Please do.
Right, where we go?
Get us out there. So, hi Donna.
You caught the 7 o'clock start, Donna. How you doing?
I'm glad, yeah, and everything seems to be working this week. Hi Mark. Tommy, hello. We've got Neil watching from Toronto. Hi Neil.
Hello, Neil.
Kenny Watson. We
Hi,
are
Kenny.
the people. Mark. And we've got John. We've got Nick. Hi Nick.
Tim Scalper.
Yep. Gordon who?
Gordon who?
Is that Gordon?
That's
No.
No, that's Mr. White. That's my pal that was at the dinner.
Oh right, okay. And we've got Gary all the way from America. Wow.
Aye, he's fake Leslie originally.
Right, okay.
He's in North Carolina now.
Is it?
Aye.
Yeah, we've got Missouri.
And Missouri, we've got
And
a few
Missouri.
people watching from America.
We
The
do.
good old US of A.
I've got to admit, I do love America. I've got a big soft spot. So that's awesome.
And I've got
Hi, Mark.
Lily's here as well, if anybody's wondering what the snoring is and everything else.
Yeah.
She's actually a wee bit better behaved tonight. She's had her walk. Right, so we'll talk about the football, we'll talk about the Rangers game at the weekend, and then there's, as everybody knows, there's some innies and some outies. A new transfer announcement for tomorrow night. And if you've got any rumours or speculation that you know about that we don't know about,
Please get in touch.
let us know. Let us know your opinion and who you think's coming in, and if you know anybody's coming in, tell us, and we'll chat about that soon. Rangers versus Hibs 3-1. To me, Rangers, it was a walk in the park. A brilliant performance from Rangers.
It was.
I think John Souttar slowly cementing himself as the main defender at the club. Just my opinion. A future captain, even if he can keep him fit.
I thought he had a amazing game. Yeah, I've got to say about it.
And an attack as well. I think
Yeah.
he's got a threat as well.
Yeah.
And he looks comfortable on the ball, with something that we've not had for a while. We definitely miss Connor Golson when he's not on the team, but that's him for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
So
that was-
good luck to Connor and his comeback.
Yeah, he's a proper defender though, isn't
Yeah,
he?
it's no nonsense.
No
Sometimes
nonsense.
you need a kind of no nonsense, and then you need the John Souttar type, I think.
You know,
Yeah.
there's a 50-50, he's taking the ball and the man with him,
Aye.
which you love to see.
And the good players, you don't notice how good they are until they're
Yeah.
on the team, and you start to appreciate it.
Exactly.
Again, the midfield's slowly taking shape. We'll talk about the new signings and the players leaving soon, and the goals as well. But for me, Tavernier's goal, the guy's Marmite. We know the story by now. You post a picture up and people get abuse about him and everything else.
I personally
The
don't
stats,
get it though.
the stats are 400 games.
1 in 4.
101
1 in 4,
goals.
exactly 400. So 1 in 4 games he's scored.
If
That's
you were
incredible.
buying a striker this week,
It's remarkable.
and that was if the stats, people would be calling him one of the best strikers we're ever going to have.
Totally. Exactly.
And this is a right back. Granted, he's not been a great leader as a captain, but he doesn't pick that position. He's been asked to play as a captain. I think it would make him an even better player if he got rid of his captaincy at pre-season. If they'd done it in the right way, I think he'd be alright with that. But as for the goal, I've complained for the last 6 months about our set pieces, lack of set pieces, how we can't take free kicks, we can't take corners, and we can't defend them. Well, in the last 2 weeks, they're proving me wrong. They're finally getting it right.
Yeah, especially with the corners, I've got to admit, I'm seeing a big improvement there.
The corners have been outstanding. but the goal that Tavernier scored, you can quite clearly hear him saying, or you can quite clearly check him saying, trust me. He knows the keeper's off the line.
Yeah.
And his positioning, he's a bit younger than me, but when the late great Davy Cooper scored free kicks like that, people spoke about him for years to come. Yes, it's a meaningless game, you could say that, but they said we're still going to win more games. There was a great Rangers support, very vocal, outstanding backing from the support from the start to the finish as always, and the players gave them what they deserved. And as I said, Tavernier's goal for the free kick, I don't think anybody could have hit any better. And I mean anybody, it was outstanding.
And I don't think anyone could have called it bar himself. I mean, you saw him standing over that free kick. You think just whip it into the back post. We've got some big people in there that can get the head on it. But
You kind of think what you're doing.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? What you're doing here, and it goes in.
yeah. It's David. It's up against David Marshall, who's a keeper.
He's a good
who's
keeper.
Got a reputation of being off his line. So it's smart thinking from Tav, and he says to Hadji, "Trust me before he takes it." You know,
And he's went for it.
He knew it wasn't a fluke.
He couldn't have finished any better. But special mention as well is obviously Hadji.
Definitely.
The injury that he got, and when you're living in a foreign country and you're with a club like Rangers, you want to play, you're seeing the players in the Champions League, you're seeing them playing, well maybe not so much the Champions League this season, enough, probably glad he wasn't playing in the Champions but when you're watching your teammates playing and you're no training beside them and things like that, emotionally it must be hard and everything else. I mean, you've seen him scoring the goal, which I thought he took, fantastic goal, but the reaction shows me that he wants to play for Rangers.
I think you've highlighted a good point. That was one of the things I was actually going to mention tonight. Like, see, like mental health, and you forget sometimes that footballers are just normal people.
Yeah.
And like you can imagine having that injury, and then your confidence being knocked so much, and then you could see it in his eyes how much the relief, the emotions running through him.
The goal meant the world to him.
Mattered so much to him.
The goal meant the world to him, definitely.
And for your first goal back in over 16 months, it is a great finish. I mean, he takes it well, right into the bottom corner, and you know, hopefully that's him kicking on now, and he's going to prove a lot of people wrong. A lot of people have a lot to say about Hadji. But
a lot of people have written him off.
Would you not think the rest of the game that his performance was then
he
really good? He picked up.
As if there's a weight off his shoulder. I agree with that.
Totally.
Also, we complain a lot on this show that we don't shoot a lot. We don't hit the ball outside the box towards goals enough, and that was different at the weekend. I thought we were going for it. We were going for any attempts that we could. That'll be better again when we get Lawrence back in the team next season, and it's going to be a massive rebuild as we know in the summer. But just before I finish on the game at the weekend, Todd Cantwell, every week this lad is getting better and better and better.
His energy.
I've seen people criticising Michael Beale the last couple of months, but the two signings that he's made, if you're going to go on that, the two signings have been outstanding, Raskin and Cantwell.
Oh, definitely.
His all-round play in the midfield is outstanding. When I first seen the guy, my first thought says, you know me, I like to moan, get rid of the hairband, get a shave, and get that haircut. However, I fell in love with the guy. I really like him. I think he's an all-round football player. His silly dances when he scores and things.
Totally.
He's enjoying the game. Sometimes the most important thing about football is you're enjoying it.
He stands out. He's got some different kind of unique energy about him. He's got something lovable, and you just can't help but like him. Like, I think he's incredible. He's already one of my favourites.
He's a wind-up merchant, and it's the type of player that every fan base is going to hate, and that's what you love about him. You know,
totally.
You know, he's not going to be universally loved.
So
we're not making a team that's meant to be loved. We're making a team of winners, and
I think you're right. I think the other thing you remember is when he played with Norwich, that was his boyhood team as far as I know.
Yeah.
And I still don't know what the incident was. I don't really care about it much, but he did highlight the fact that he left broken hearted, that he'd fell out of love with football.
Really?
Aye, and that Rangers had rekindled that, and you can see the passion the boys got. You can see the enjoyment, and you can see that there gives you the energy, and he's got the energy on the park as well.
Yeah.
So I think all three goals were great. I wasn't too concerned about the goal we lost. I thought it was the goalkeeper's no chance. It was good to see young McCrory being angry about it.
Totally, aye. That was a first apparently as well.
First goal was lost.
Apparently it showed again how, because what people were saying is because he's had like chances and he's quite just happy to be there and stuff, but he's actually now got that pure fighting attitude as if no, I'm here and I'm the goalkeeper.
But I think this game did highlight that McCrory is not. He's not a top class keeper. He's not going to be a long term solution because it was a good game for him, but he did have a couple of moments when
The
he
thing
played the ball.
the only way he'll ever be a top class keeper is getting for him, playing long term and getting experience. So same as Leon King came back into the team, he had a really tough time because he played against the Champions League. He was thrown in. He's cover for Connor Golson at the time, and Napoli. You seen them. They won the Serie A. How good a team Napoli were. Napoli's outstanding. The young boys are playing against them. Held his own for some of the game, but we get annihilated with them, and we got annihilated with Liverpool, as you remember. That's no easy for a young boy. What age is he? About 18.
Yeah.
He's still a young player.
He is.
And to see him coming back into the team's good because I think he needed a rest for the first team action to mentally get ready again for when he's older to play with Rangers. But it was good to see him in the team as well. McCrory, I hope, can be the future Rangers goalkeeper. But we're going to speak about that in a wee minute.
Do you know, I think as well it's highlighted as well how much a pre-season is so important.
Yeah.
And that Bill actually, it's good that he believes in pre-seasons and how important they are. I think we can...
I think this is a mini pre-season.
Yeah.
I think we're taking the split as a pre-season, and you don't go out in friendlies to get bet, so we're not going out in these split games to get bet. We're using them for inputting, data.
And interestingly enough, we're talking about pre-season. We don't know who Rangers will play pre-season yet.
Yeah.
However, I'm going to be doing a show soon with my pal Stevie, who's part of he was part of the Newcastle United Trust, and then he was part of the takeover committee as well. We've done some stuff with Gers TV when Newcastle played in the friendly many years ago, but 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a wee show with him, just get him on to talk about the Alan McGregor testimonial. But Newcastle are now in the Champions League. I was just watching it and I was thinking to myself last night, it wouldn't surprise me if we play them in the testimonial and then we end up drawing them at some point. Hopefully we get into the Champions League first of all. But they're going to be an outfit in the future to be reckoned with.
I think they already are. I mean, the turnaround for them has been great, but I would love a wee trip down to Newcastle.
Yeah. I don't have an English team. I don't support any other team bar Rangers, but I would acknowledge the fact that, and my big pal Cello hate this because he's Sunderland daft, but I think you have to acknowledge the loyalty of the Newcastle support in the past.
Magpies.
And sometimes when you watch football, when you watch them, you think the guys at least deserve it. They deserve to be there. So that'll be an interesting game in a couple of months' time, and that'll be a good test pre-season. Let's catch up with the comments, guys. I know there's a celebrity passed away the day. We don't want to be we can't be commenting these things. I know it's a laugh and a joke for people, but we can't be
Sandra, hi Sandra.
Hi Sandra.
Hi Johnny. He was at the King's coronation as well. Sandra's friend.
Aye.
We've got David. What's he sent replying to? Yes, I thought he's worth hanging on for another year. Play anywhere, gives his all.
Yep.
I was regarding Arfield. Yeah, we'll touch
we'll
on
speak about that in a minute.
Yep. We've got Nick. Sigmund Davis is back from his
Achilles, I think that is. But
he'll be a player coach for a bit.
I don't see Stephen Davis playing. I'm taking it. I mean, when he comes back, he'll not play a lot of games.
Yep.
I'll be surprised if he plays with Rangers again. I hope I'm wrong with that, but that's a really bad injury. He's got at a very bad time in his career because he's almost finished.
Yeah.
I mean, what the club said is that they want to keep him around just so that they can nurse him through his injury, but. If I was an injured player, the last place I would want to be is Rangers. I can assure you that.
They're doing the same as what they've done with Hollander. Basically, they're doing a duty of care.
Yeah.
I seen something. This might be totally wrong, but there was a doctor for Leicester that left, and then that's when it all went wrong.
Aye, this is a big chat.
Is that a bad?
So the doctor left it about 6 months ago, I think, and this is when they reckon that the injuries are getting worse. But I don't know the medical side of it. Something's not right, but I don't want to start quoting stuff. I can't back it up.
No, Jim saying 3 points is a must tomorrow night.
Strongest team,
no pleasing leaving players.
I agree with that, but the club have already announced that they're going to be pleasing leaving players, so I do agree with that. I would be going for the supporters are going to see a victory. We want a victory.
We've got Ian James watching. Hi guys, it's your favourite Darlington FC fan.
How you doing, mate? He comes on every week.
Brilliant. I hope Arfield and McGregor go to another SPL club. Would definitely take points.
I think
I can see
Arfield will go to. No, I think he's going to go to. There's talking going to America.
Yeah.
Or else maybe the Canadian League. Couldn't see that there. There's talk of that today. I don't really know what today, but he's going for his badges, his coaching badges. So
Yeah.
Really?
He's going to try and get into coaching, I think, and that's a good move from
I
him.
think that is a brilliant move, yeah.
Let's see any more comments just to be
Carry
catch
on
up here.
now. We've got... How do I pronounce
Isaiah.
it?
He's Dutch. But
Aye, watching,
I
we've
can't
got,
pronounce it.
we've got Amsterdam watching as well.
We are the people watching from Holland.
Yeah.
There's a few comments, guys.
David Stewart.
Let's keep it a football chat
David
tonight for these guys,
Hare,
because we're just trying our best to keep the show going.
Rangers being linked to the Danish centre half Thomas Christensen. From
Well, right, so that's we've obviously said if you hear any rumours, you can let us know.
yeah.
Right,
so
guys, we
that's
don't have
interesting.
Gordon tonight, so what we'll do is the same as last week. We'll open the calls up just now.
Definitely, let's do
So
it.
if anybody
yeah.
wants to call, all you have to do is leave your last 3 digits if you've not done that before.
And we should say
It's 106
the
miles to
telephone
Chicago.
number is
We've got a full tank of gas,
0141
half a pack of cigarettes.
319
It's dark,
and, as
and
Sai
we're wearing
just pointed out,
sunglasses.
Just make sure you
The
put
Gers
your
TV.
last 3
Hit it.
digits in the comments.
That's about it. Kyle talks. Gordon's here in spirit, so he's watching from afar. So a few people asking, Gordon's not been very well this the last week or two, so he's not. But he feels better, but he doesn't want to carry the cough or whatever on Gears bug basically. So you know the number Mark H has put up there, 319-5230.
Thank you, Mark.
It's 0141. It's a Glasgow number. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that in a wee second, David. You're right about that rumour. If you want to give us a call, all you do is leave your last 3 digits, and that way we know who you are. If you've called before, you don't have to do that. You just call in. So let's chat through the players that are leaving first, and then
Yeah.
the chat about the players that are coming in.
Sounds like a good
Sound
plan.
right?
Yep.
Right.
Let's
So
do it.
leaving, Rangers have announced today that Ryan Kent, Alfredo Morelos, Arfield, Helander, and McGregor are all leaving. Some of those, I don't think there's any surprises in that. To be fair, Kent 113 appearances, Morelos 177 appearances, Arfield 141, Helander 35 actually surprised me, and McGregor 341. I think Alan McGregor should have been left. I think the club almost begged him to do play this season. I think they should have let him finish at the Scottish Cup final last year. I agree that I've seen the debate in the chat about Arfield. I understand the two sides to the
Yeah,
argument.
I've seen
However,
it
if he's
a
going to
lot.
be a big part player, do you really want to be spending that kind of money and a contract on someone that we know won't play every week? I say no, and we wish him good luck.
Yeah.
Morelos and Kent, that's an old story. We know about them. They were always going to leave. Helander, unlucky with his injuries, but we can't keep injured players at the club. I'm surprised with Roof not being on that list, but they must see something in this treatment he's getting done in Qatar, I think he's in, for that. But what's your thoughts on it, guys? Let us know in the comments your thoughts. But is there anybody more surprised at leaving there?
I'm not
Like
surprised.
you said,
At all.
no surprises. I think the
No.
most surprising is Arfield, but you know he's been a great servant, and we need to get better and younger players. Helander, 35 appearances in 4 years says the story. I think those are league appearances, so that's not obviously fully what I achieved, but 35 league appearances in 4 years is
Yeah, start
really,
with.
really
Yeah.
bad.
Yep.
That is so
Morelos, I think everybody would agree we loved him. It will be a wee bit sad to see him go. They're going to come on tomorrow night and play.
well,
I agree with the comments, so that we should be going to the victory. Hopefully Rangers get a good victory and then bring them on.
I feel he's the media's, and obviously the good thing about Morelos was, I mean, as Lewis pointed out earlier, he annoyed every other club. Which
Yeah.
was, he had character, he had passion at points, he had a lot of highs as well.
His
for Rangers.
conduct at the end of his Rangers career has
It's
upset.
blighted it.
Yeah,
Blighted it is probably the best term.
totally. Yeah, I think that's
he's,
so true.
what he's been posting on social media recently over the last couple of days, which not going to
No.
get into, but you
No.
know,
I've not
obviously-
seen that, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But if it's Twitter, I don't need Twitter. Too much abuse on that. The thing with, I think if you in 10 years' time, if Gers TV's about and we're still talking about him, Morelos, we'll be talking about him fondly.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Well,
Yeah,
we're talking about-
that's what I mean. He's certainly left an impact on
Yeah,
everybody.
And Michael Beale gave him an award.
Be it a
It
good
wasn't
one or a bad
Rangers.
one.
It was Michael Beale gave him an award for being Rangers' top European goal scorer
I've
at the
seen
weekend.
that. Yeah.
And I think the players will probably miss him. However, I think the players will also, if he's been huffy and no giving it 100%, I think they'll probably be relieved that he's leaving as well, because
Yeah.
you need to have players that want to be there. To play for a club like Rangers, you need to be 100%. and he's probably been about 80%, maybe less than that at times in the last 6 months.
Yep.
We can't carry passengers, and he's got to go. And wish him all the best, but I can guarantee you now he'll regret leaving Rangers. He'll regret his behaviour, and in years to come he'll be thinking he'll miss us more than we'll miss him. But good luck to all the players leaving. Ryan Kent, it's a wee bit of what it could have been, because I think if he'd have stayed another season with Rangers, I think he would have been a much better player.
Yeah.
But you down tools. I think agents have got a lot to deal with this. I think the agents they put it in their head that they don't want you there and they're leaving, and
Exactly. I think you're right. Yeah, big time. And
so we've got lots of comments coming in now, but I just want to catch up with
yeah,
you first.
let's go down and
regarding
get
what we're
everyone's
saying.
opinion.
And a reminder, if you want to give us a wee call, it's 0141 319 52.
So
Three
where are
all.
we?
Surprised Kamara isn't leaving. The thing with Kamara is, I agree with that, but as Duncan will take the call, I think Kamara's one of Michael Beale's favourites. So that's why it doesn't surprise me, but I agree, I would let him go. Duncan, how you doing, mate?
Hi, alright, mate. I'm just gonna turn the sound down. Just be a sec, bud.
No bother.
Right. Hi, good. How you doing, Si? Alright?
Aye, all good. Football's been a wee bit better the last couple of weeks. Starting to enjoy it, mate.
Aye, definitely, mate. Just a quick point. You know, after watching the Michael Beale's press conference today,
Yeah.
I was surprised when he said that they hadn't offered Morelos or Kent a new deal.
Right, I didn't see it.
You've seen that
No,
yourself?
I never saw the press conference. So that basically they don't want him in.
Aye. Well, that was one of the things he was asked. Was Kent and Morelos offered new deals? And he said, not since he was there in November. Right? He came in November. And I find that a bit surprising, that they weren't offered new deals.
Yeah. Duncan, you could probably argue as well with that then, that if the players knew that, and the players knew they weren't going to get offered a new deal, that's probably why they're down tools. I'm not saying it is, but maybe that's why.
It does explain a lot.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe that's the reason they've not been playing.
They look like they don't want to be there.
Because you need to remember, we're Rangers supporters, right? But these guys are like the hired help. They're football men. They've got agents telling them what to do. And a lot of times, if you're in that position, people think, well, if you don't want me, F you. And maybe that's what's happened. Then I don't know. I really don't know why they didn't offer
I
them
don't
the
know,
deal.
but do you get a chance watching the press conference?
I will do.
Because that was something I couldn't believe when I seen that today,
Aye, it does make a wee bit of sense. Aye.
Right, me bother, guys.
All the best, pal. Cheers. Thanks.
All the best.
Right, see you later. Bye, pal. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
I mean, there's the old Frank Sinatra song, no one knows what goes on behind closed doors. In fact, it's Charlie Pride when it sang it. First, Sinatra done a cover, I think, before Andy comes on it, country and western cowboy fans.
Yeah.
But you don't know what happened behind closed doors, you don't know. You don't know if the agents are meeting with Michael Beale when he first comes in and saying the players don't want to be there. You don't know if the rest of the team, like the captain's getting in and saying, these guys, you don't know what the whole story is, but it's a wee bit surprising. Rangers have lost a lot of money on the two of them. In hindsight, we could have took the money, but
But should they know if maybe we went a lot earlier then?
they should have
If we were going
got them on another deal and then sold them, is probably the right answer.
Yeah.
But we don't know why that happened. I think that's the reason that, if you look at it again today, Rangers made another change in the staff. Malky Thompson moved for the ladies team. I know it's different, but I think John Bennett needs a wee bit of credit here. The fans wanted action. The fans were demanding action and resignations and people being sacked. John Bennett's came in and he's totally changed the face of the club. Whether people like the changes that he's made or whatever, you have to embrace him a wee bit. And I listened to James Bygroves at the weekend talking to the Rangers support on Rangers TV, and then I watched him at the Player of the Year dinner. I'm not a big fan of him, and I don't like the money side and what he's done with the Gers and other stuff like the Sydney Friendly he was involved in. However, his position at the time was a financial job. You could probably argue, if you forget being a fan for a minute and you just be a businessman, he's probably done a good job.
To separate it,
So, whether we like it or no, he's in charge of the daily running of the club. And John Bennett's decided that these guys are coming in and these guys are coming out. I think we just need to have a wee bit of faith in them. We don't have any choice.
I think that I have faith in them. Things have definitely changed. There's a change in atmosphere since January
I think so.
in the club. I feel a lot more positive going into next season. I have hope because I feel like what we were promised that Beale would be back is actually it's true.
They're telling us that's going to happen. I mean, it's going to start for tomorrow night. We'll speak about that in a minute, but you're right. Michael Beale can't be judged on one transfer window.
No.
I don't think that would be
I've got
fair.
really good feelings about.
He seemed the whole talk on Sunday night from the club was this is going to be a massive change in the summer. The club's going to back the manager. The new people at the club understand exactly how important that is to win trophies. There's no point in 40,000 people renewed their season ticket. All the corporate, all the deals have all been signed. You won't get more loyal fans anywhere in the world than the Rangers support. But the club are starting to acknowledge the fact now that you need to be winning trophies, and we just need to put a bit of faith in them for that.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's
They
going to
seem
be a
to be
big
listening.
summer. So, possible signings. Keep your rumours coming in. Before we do the possible signings, we'll catch up with the chat.
Yeah, we seem to have a lot of comments.
There's loads coming in. Keep it liking and sharing as well, guys, for us, will you?
Just to comment on these statements of people saying, "Oh, why isn't Kamara being announced as leaving? Why isn't Roof?"
It's probably got a deal.
The ones that are announced today
I
are
don't
just
know.
the people leaving on the end of the contract.
Aye.
So people they can't announce that people are just leaving out
Aye.
anywhere.
These are no guys that were basically selling. They're guys that were just letting.
Yeah,
We're releasing
just
from
not
their club.
renewing.
Aye, so because there'll be more people leaving and there'll be more people coming in.
David Heard makes a good point.
Yeah.
Arfield only plays for 15-20 minutes now. We can't give another contract to a player who will never start a game. He's been great for us, but his time's up, I think.
Every road must end. That's the guy I'll feel bad for them on the night.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy because gave us his all.
Yeah.
Never
he
ever
played
gave
for
up.
the jersey every time.
Never
didn't
once
he?
gave up. However,
Yeah.
David's right. All the great players have to leave at some point. And to give a guy a contract, if he's playing 10-20 minutes a now, next season you're talking about less than that. It doesn't make sense.
Exactly. You need to separate who you
Yeah.
like from a team, building a team, don't you?
Roof should be paid up, shown the door.
I don't think we should release him from his contract.
This is what the fans are complaining about, that we're losing players and not getting a contract, not getting a signing fee.
Yeah.
We're not getting money back. So if you throw Roof out, then you lose the money.
Losing money. Exactly. It's just
So the club can't win.
We're actually paying money to get him out of his contract. So
it's not good in business, is it?
So I get the fact that people seen him made of glass and things like that. The whole team seemed to have been made of glass this season, but
There's been so many big changes as well.
I hope Roof can turn it. He's in Qatar, doing the new surgery he got and stuff like that, and he's doing a new training regime. I'd like to see one more season if he could prove us all wrong and maybe play about 20 games or something, 30 games. We'll just need to. This just now it's all about players that are being released without transfer fees. They're just running out of contract.
So another comment: we don't need players with character. We need players that like strikers that score goals. Well, that's
I think you need a bit of both. I think in the Scottish game you definitely need character.
I don't think you get one with the other, to be honest. Anyway.
The big thing with that comment is right though. We need a striker that scores 25 to 30 goals a season. We thought we were getting that with Kolak. However, I don't think Kolak's the type of player that Michael Beale's system suits. I don't think he's going to feature.
great player, not suited this
Yeah,
system.
I don't think he'll be a Rangers player next season again. I don't know. Scott Arfield's a great player. Wish he started more games. He's just no fully fit. We've seen the best in him when we got the best out of him. He never let Rangers down. That's one thing I would say.
Yep.
Hi Sarah.
Hi Sarah.
Rather Arfield and Kamara. I don't know, but I get this, but we don't have a choice. We're just discussing the fact who's there. But he scored mostly every time he came on. I agree with that, Sandra. The problem is he's getting less and less games. So Michael Beale's have decided that he's not going to be getting game time next season, clearly. And if he's doing his coaching badges, he must be thinking about his future.
Yeah.
Maybe being a manager or whatever.
I think when you look at your bench, you would much rather see a Tillman or a Hadji rather than a Scott Arfield. At this point, we need to strengthen our bench, and that was one thing. We did have a relatively strong starting 11 last season, but when we came to looking for our subs, we had absolutely no quality off the bench.
Yeah, well, we also need to look at the age, what Michael Beale's trying to achieve here. I'm going to give some
younger team.
I'm going to give some figures out here. So we believe Kieran Dowell's going to be the signing tomorrow night. It's almost, don't want to turn around and say he's signed and it doesn't, and then people put the video out there, but word is that Kieran Dowell is the new Rangers signing for tomorrow night. He's 25. Malik Tillman, who I believe will sign the contract, is 20. Right, I'm going to try and pronounce this one. Jose Cifuentes, I don't know. Jose Cifuentes is 24. Jack Butland 30, which is an ideal age for a goalkeeper.
Yep.
And Joanne Sterling 23. So that team that he's buying and the players that he's bought, Raskin and Cantwell, they're young players,
Yeah.
so he's obviously going to go for a young, athletic, physical team, and that's why he's getting rid of the older players. Although somebody will jump in and say, so why did we give Ryan Jack another year's contract? He must think he's going to get more out of Ryan Jack. I would appeal to Ryan Jack. I've been doing this for a full season now, but I'll reiterate it. He plays for Scotland. He gets booed when he plays for Scotland, and he gets injured when he plays for Scotland. I don't want him playing for Scotland. It's as simple as that. I know some Rangers supporters like the international game. I dislike it. I don't really
dislike
bother
it.
with it. And I don't want Rangers players getting injured for 4 and 5 games playing for a support who despise my club. That's my opinion on that.
It's very valid.
I think the thing we also need to think about, it's all well and good just building a super team with, you know, this budget, but we do need to think about UEFA rules. It's really strict and difficult rules to get by, and we do need to have a good number of homegrown talents, and Ryan Jack ticks all the boxes that we need. So we need players like him.
This is one of the things that's going to be a factor. We do need to have Scottish players in the team, and it's how many is the number? Can you remember? I think it's a percentage of your
8,
team.
Well, it's not a percentage. You need 8 trained between the ages of 16 and 22 in Scotland, and they need to have played for a certain amount of years in Scotland.
So that makes sense why he's going to go for these younger players as well. That you're hearing rumours about. There's a lot of other guys we're supposed to be in for as well. So if it's going to be this massive rebuild, then you need to get rid of players. You can't just rebuild and no get rid of the older players. You can't do that. There's too many players there's too many players that are not playing 90 minutes regularly to keep them. You need to chop them. I don't like seeing players leaving, but you need to move on. We've
had money out of Morelos easily, but it would have been nice to have got a few.
Good point.
Get some money for him and Kent.
We signed him for £1 million. Maybe less than that. I can't remember the exact figure. I don't think it was disclosed, but it was less than £1 million, I think.
Was that?
He's Rangers' top European goal scorer, and his performances in the Europa Cup, you would say either got the money's worth him, 100%. It'd been nice to get money for him, but that ship sailed.
Sarah's saying I really like Kent, but he's not been consistent
enough. That's it's just one of the things. He's a winger. When he was on for him, he was great, but not long enough. Where are the Bales? Who's asking that? I've not got enough driving tonight.
Well, Davy Stewart's saying that Bale probably wants, just kind of re-emphasising what you said, Bale wants more younger players to come through the ranks.
It's not just so much as he wants them. He's got to. That's what we're saying. He's got to have so many young Scottish players in the team now because of this new UEFA ruling.
Yeah.
So he's every manager's in the same position. They've got to do it.
Kamara has 2 years left on his contract. We can't announce he's leaving, but I'm sure we will be looking to sell him this summer. Somebody else
said a year, I think they said a minute ago, but it doesn't matter. He can't just throw players out. We need to get money back for them. We need to get value.
What about King? Lowry and King get a few games next season.
I think
Lowry, but
a loan deal for Lowry, Devine and King would probably suit. I mean, maybe keep King around. But
Lowry's the only one I'm not sure about because Lowry's ready to get into the first team just now, but is he good enough? There's only so long you can play in the B team. He's probably the best player in the B team, but is he good enough to take a step up?
Yeah.
And with the midfielders that we're bringing in, will he get a game?
I think
so. He might go on loan, but I don't know. I've got my doubts about whether we'll keep Lowry because there's stories, again rumours, but I've heard a few Rangers players saying that, and Rangers connected people saying that Lowry's attitude as a young boy isn't the best, and he's made a couple of comments himself about it recently when he spoke about his meetings with the management. So.
I've got Scotty watching from Cambridgeshire.
Where'd you see that?
Hello, underneath.
Oh, actually, that's Scotty Aitken. Any relation to Mark Aitken? Director meant to be. Was that director meant to be Sky Sports Wednesday night as well? Discuss a new season, Rangers. Was that right? Oh, a new director's coming. Is that what you mean? A new director's coming in? Could be. I think they'll do a few. I think tomorrow night Rangers will announce a few signings. I think they'll announce Mallet Tillman. I think they'll do the Tillman one. And they get Juan or whatever his name is, guy. He's been liking everything on the Instagrams and Twitters and all that. So Jose is his name. Jose. So he's been liking everything on Rangers. So I don't assume that a guy playing for LAFC would be sitting on Rangers websites and texting people and learning all the songs and all that. If he's no. Plus their agents their agents have been here as well. Do you know what I mean? And the agents have been spotted. So it's not as if it's been hidden. They've been outgoing with the fact that
his agent is posted on social media that he was at the Old Firm game.
And you saw the photos yet, so that looks like the two of them possibly did. A few of them could come in tomorrow night. I think Mallet Tillman will be announced tomorrow. A lot of people are against young Tillman, signing. I get the fact that he's not played well against Celtic, but
I think he fits.
how many of our players did play well
I
against
think
him
he
in these
fits what
games?
we're asking, and he fits.
He
into
fits the model
He fits the model, aye. I think
that they're
so.
going for, and he's got the talent. He just needs to mature a wee bit more as a player.
Yeah. Beale knew, Sandra's saying Beale knew situations as they are with Gerrard, so he must know there will be changes as he took the position.
I think that's what Beale's alluded to for the start, as he's part of the agreement would have been that he's not taking the manager's job unless there's going to be big changes in the board.
He
Have
knows
no-
what he wants.
With the new chairman, I think the board are definitely backing him for that, which is good because we need we need freshness. Let's not kid ourselves. The club needs freshening for the directors that have came out, the coaches that have left or moved, and the new playing staff. The club needed freshened up.
Yeah.
They were stagnating.
I don't know, get good, a more settled feeling. I got a feeling that things are.
Well, the
gonna
Gers
draft
TV be
well.
live on Tuesday the 30th of June next week to discuss the
That's
season.
not next week.
No, I'm just about to say that. I'm just about to say that because I'm meant to be away and that. I don't know. Does he mean the 30th of May? We'll be live next week. That'll be the last weekly show for 2 or 3 weeks. We'll take a wee break, but we'll be organising stuff behind the scenes. I think that's what he's meaning. The 30th would be next week. Aye,
It would be,
aye. 30th of May. Mark, you're giving us the fear there. Angus Gladstone, hello from London. Sad to see Arfield go, but the show must go on. Correct.
Yeah, that's it.
100%. MD want to give us a wee call. It's 0141
Embrace change.
5230.
Terry, he's over there for a free holiday spending. Don't know. I think Alfie's mood affected the dressing room.
Yeah,
See,
I mean,
that's spot on.
I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
you're working with people that don't want to be in an environment, it does a negative effect at times.
Totally.
Aye, so Mark's connected. I had the 30 for me now. That's
I
fine.
think the thing with Morelos is if he didn't go in international due to Colombia and get injured last season,
Aye.
stayed fit, went to the Europa League, we won the Europa League, he signed a new deal, it would be a lot different.
A totally different story. He should never have went to. Colombia.
It was only for friendlies, I believe.
Aye, but did you not go to one that was already injured? I think that's why that's why I got upset at the time. It's on the past now. He's leaving tomorrow night. When he leaves, when he comes on the park and comes off it, he'll get a standing ovation. I've no doubt of that.
Yeah.
Of course they will, yeah.
There was a bit of, not unhappy feelings towards him a couple games ago, but I think that tomorrow night it will be different as his send off.
Yeah, so got a couple more comments we'll catch up on. It would be good to get a wee call in. What have we got there? Kolak, not mobile enough, I will say that. He's not the type of player that we're going to build our team around and up front. Just let Roof's contract run out. If he can stay fit for 20 games next season, he's scoring 10 goals plus. A good contribution to the team. That's all we can do with him.
Ryan said the club should look to introduce a policy
Yeah.
that we renegotiate with player between 24 and 12 months left. If they get to 12 months left, they get sold no matter who they are. They exclude players over 32 for this.
12 months rolling contract for it, I think that's his
I
kind of
think it's a
said.
rolling
I
contract.
think Ryan's
yeah.
got a really for them. Ryan's got a really good point there. Basically, what he's saying is we shouldn't be letting players go for free, no matter who they are. If they want to, if they don't want to stay for another, if they don't want to commit themselves, you get your money and you cash in on it, no matter. And I agree with what he's saying. If you're doing that, you need to say it's for everybody. You can't turn around and say, but this guy's a fan's favourite. We don't want to upset the fans. That would be a good role, but a good policy for the club, Ryan. But you would like to think that that's the kind of things that the Bygroves and these people are putting in. That is a good point because we're losing too much. We're losing too much money on players.
Definitely, hold on, we'll get a biggie. Will we read it? Definitely surprised that Rufy was not on the departure list. Deep down, had hoped Alfredo would have a cut a deal or at very least finish the season on a high. Sad to see McGregor go, but he's running out of steam. Disappointed with Kent's final performance and wish him all the best. Scotty wore his heart on his sleeve and it's a sad day, but probably not such a bad shout. A shame for sick, no, but we should not have seen a fair return on the club's investment. We wish them all the best.
That's what I'm saying. People are expressing their opinion. You need to respect it. Fans pay a lot of money to watch Rangers and they travel all over the world.
That's true, yeah.
They're entitled to be. When the players down tools, the players still get a wage every week, and you need to acknowledge the fact that they get a big wage, they live in luxury, and they're not trying. That's something that doesn't it doesn't settle well with me. However, they will get a standing ovation tomorrow night, whatever end it says.
Colin Hillander's sick note is a bit harsh though. I feel like it's not his fault.
Well, I don't know, I'm going to say it. He injured himself the last time. I think that last injury he got, I'm sure he tackled himself.
Dave was saying Bill needs players like Jack for the new young guys to
To
know
know what
his
the club is all
about.
about. That's a good point. That's
That is
maybe
actually.
why he's keeping on for a year. Rufus had surgery, so maybe he won't be injured so easy. He got this big surgery done in Qatar, I'm sure it was. That they were saying it could save his career basically and put him back on the road. I like Roof, so I would like to see him getting fully fit.
Yeah.
However,
Sounds like he's taking the steps, at least trying.
Fully expect him to come back in the summer with a new barnet instead of like an actual, change to his surgery
he's
instead.
been going to the Qatar Rangers club, hasn't he? He's probably sitting swallowing every weekend.
The
Come back like
Bio
Carlos Pena. Kent's career stats speak volumes. Underperformed consistently. That's
Lowry is better than Tillman. Local lad.
who's that? I got that one.
But Gary.
Gary Clark. Right, how you doing, Gary? Towry is better than Tillman. Local last time. The problem, I don't think Michael Beale fancies him. That's what I'm saying. I don't. Lowry's got all the ability in the world, and I'd like to see him being a Rangers regular, but I just get the feeling that the manager doesn't like him. I don't think he sees him in his plans. I might be wrong with it, but again, he's Scottish and in that midfield, so it would be sensible to keep him just now. And ability-wise, he's got it. He just needs to get himself a run of first-team games.
Yeah.
Lone King, is that meant to be Leon King?
Leon, and
Lowry
Lowry.
to some of the SPFL. Oh no, sorry, Lone is right. It's not Leon.
Lone King.
Lone King and Lowry to some of the SPFL team, and they would definitely take points off Celtic. I think it would do some of the players good to get them out and playing regular football. Aye. The thing about Beale is he is bringing
balls.
players,
Bringing in
ball
ball
players
guys.
who are going to bring it down a bit, who are comfortable on the ball and don't flap when under pressure. When the pressure is on,
Which is a big thing.
this season, 100%. You just have to watch us in the Champions League. We flapped
Definitely.
big time. It's hard to watch at times. It's been a hard watch this season. Being a Rangers supporter, to be fair, some of it. The last 3 weeks, Rangers have played really well, and it's been good. But the pressure's off, and that's a great point. When the pressure's off, players will perform. But the pressure's going to be back on in a couple of weeks. Champions League is coming up, and Rangers need to be ready because the fans won't be happy if they're not ready.
I mean, something I think went under the radar this weekend is with Celtic dropping points. The gap is down to 8, which might not seem like a big thing, but when Michael Beale came in, the gap was 9 points. So we've actually he has come in and he's gained more points than Celtic in that time. So
You've also got the other argument as well, though. He lost the big games against Celtic. He won the league games as well. I'm a Michael Beale fan. I hope he proves me right, because I did back him at the start. But it's like you're a football fan, you get disappointed when your team's losing. You get upset. He's got a big. It's probably. I think he's right. The biggest rebuilding probably your lifetimes anyway. I can remember the soonest generation and that. Let's just wait with that one. David Herd, agree with you. We wish there was a rumour about strikers. It's got to.
But that'll come.
There's
after.
got to be
That'll come soon.
strikers on mind that Rangers are in for.
I think
It's just the end of contract.
Beale made his feelings very clear in January that he was keeping his idea of a striker very under wraps. He wants to keep this quiet. So I think that'll come out of nowhere when it's announced.
Yeah.
But it's true. If we need any player at all, then it's a striker, and it's a striker that 25 goals at least.
And he knows this more than any of us, so I don't
just
doubt
hope
him.
they're all identified and we do our business the right way.
Yeah. Chris, hi Chris.
Hi Chris. Yes, something like that was just
Yes,
30 for me. Yeah, you're right. That was earlier on.
The team needs to be built around Raskin and Cantwell. How you doing, Viv? Scott! Hi Scott. Somebody went to school there.
Right, aye.
Good guy. Hope you're well.
You riding the scooter sign? No. I visited it yesterday. I've been in all week. The sun's out, scoots out. Rumour of director of football could be Craig Moore. That, again, I don't know if I don't like the jobs for the boys type of thing, and I don't know if Craig Moore is experienced enough. He's done a bit of coaching and stuff like that. Work off. I don't know if I like the idea of getting the right man for the job. They don't always have to be an ex-Rangers player.
Jason, our problem is the defence. You can't sell
100%.
Bassey and replace him with Davis or Sutter.
Although
Really hard
Suter,
on
Suter I don't think's fair because Suter has got a lot. I know I don't want to use the word potential because he's
Not
an
the chance
experienced
to.
Scotland international.
Mhm.
If Suter's fully fit, I think he'll prove us wrong. He'll prove the fans wrong with that one. However, Bassey's a massive loss. He is right. Jason's right with that one. My brother Mark, who'll be watching this from Thailand tomorrow because he'll be to bed early, he's been ranting and raving the whole season that was it really worth selling him for the money? Did we really need the money that much because we get annihilated in Europe for it? Was it really worth it? When you look back, when are we going to have a young defender like that again?
Yeah.
Bassey was outstanding and he's going to move on to other clubs
was
now. We'll make
excellent.
money from him, but
I hope
the Old Firm game, for an example, he knew how
Mhm.
to boss games and how to win games, and he was a fighter.
How to read the
yeah,
game.
it was the one thing that springs to mind when you think of Calvin Bassey is first of all that Scottish Cup final he was immense.
Outstanding, yeah.
And there was a moment in the final when he did lose possession, but he got back and he bullied the attacker and won it back. He was a great player.
And then he became a great threat up front as well. He became, oh you,
Alright.
wee nippy dog. He was becoming an all-round defender, but he's gone. I do agree, replacing him with Davies, with Ben Davies. I would put Ben Davies in that category, but something tells me Suter's going to come good.
Yeah.
After watching him the last couple of weeks, I think he can come good.
Great defender. So yeah.
Dog's gone nuts. Win, lose or draw, support the club. 100%. We always support the club. Don't know who that was.
I disagree. Our
Yeah,
defence.
What was that? I disagree. No, I keep missing it.
I disagree. Our defence is bad. Defence is rubbish. We will do anything, and I take it we won't do anything. In the
Aye, what you're
Champions
saying
League,
is, no, well, the thing is, we're not defending the defence. I don't think we were anyway.
No,
I've
we
certainly,
weren't.
I'm
No,
not
no.
defending them.
I
I've
totally
never,
agree.
I've said my opinion on the defence after the Champions League and some of the games this season. I'm saying that John Suter in the last 3 weeks, I think, has looked a player.
Yeah.
But I'm acknowledging the fact that there's no pressure on him, so it's hard to judge it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's true.
it's a different type of game when there's no
Aye.
pressure on you.
Mhm.
But
And that is a big thing. It's under
a
pressure.
few months ago, I did say on this show that there's no defender at the club I wouldn't replace if I could. So I
Quite
kind
a
of stand
strong
by that.
statement.
I know, but the defence at times has been a shambles. It's been really, really
Yeah.
bad. And the old Souness statement was, you build a team around your defence, and when you don't lose goals, if you don't lose goals, you don't lose games. So
Thanks,
that's
Souness.
an important thing. He's doing a charity
a big
swim.
charity swim, isn't it?
Aye, we'll try and
Yeah.
promote that through the week. He's going to swim the channel.
Yeah, I was hearing
Um,
that. My mum was telling
I don't know
me
the name of the charity. It's for a wee girl that's
Oh, she's got a...
badly ill. I don't want to name the right charity or something like that, but I know it's a rare illness, and we'll try and
Aye.
promote that through the week.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, it's great to see Souness doing that.
There's loads of... What's David Stewart saying? There's loads of strikers out there.
Doctors and
Doctors.
it's doctors we need a proper medical team. Yeoman or Borna, to me that's got to be. It's got to be. I think he's meaning.
Tillman?
I think he's saying. I think it's meant to be
Yilmaz?
Yilmaz. He's trying to say. I think that's the comment. Yilmaz or Borna in the position of left back.
Yeah.
Easily
That's
by
what-
an
aye.
absolute country mile.
To me, you've got to go to the
Yilmaz.
future. Borna Barisic has been a good servant to Rangers. However, I would have him playing second fiddle now. Ridvan is the name I was looking for there. That's what he's meaning, I think. Ridvan's done more than enough to cement his place just now, unless we get another player in his position. Who knows? John Brennan, was that it? Jason Brennan. I'm not got the Gregory Peckson.
We had to keep him.
Don't know who that is.
I don't know if you mean Suter or
Bassey was a
Bassey was
machine,
Suter.
100%.
Yilmaz all day, yeah. What about Rafael?
Well, he's staying for another season.
Yeah.
Aye. Simple long balls have cost us too many points this season. Well, I think there's been a wee bit more than that, but I agree with you. Souness is a legend, what a gentleman. I think Suter will come good. He needs more game time.
Yeah.
That's what
I
we're saying.
agree,
We
yeah.
need to beat Yilmaz for me. It's got to be the. You need to play players that are in form, and the players that are in form just now. You can see the team that he's want to build around just now, but he's obviously going to get these new players in as well. You don't know what formation Rangers will play next season because they've been taught for a while the three at the back.
Yeah.
There's been talking that for a while. Deborah UK is a charity
Oh,
for
brilliant,
Souness. Aye,
yeah.
as I said, I didn't want to mention it because I didn't know exactly.
Thank
Can't
you.
remember the name of the illness that the wee girl's got, but
It's very rare.
it's a really rare illness. One of my
Really?
friends from Bury texted me that one of his relatives has got it. We will do something through the week about that. We'll post up and try and promote it for to help promote it obviously a wee bit. Billy McDonald from the Cuffs Harbour Loyal Ranger Supporters Club Australia. What time is it
Wow.
over there?
I know.
Get Americans on, we've got Australians on.
They're ahead. I think it's tomorrow over there.
Probably.
He'll miss his raw
Pace,
pace.
he
Think
could
he
be
could
up
be
there.
up there for us.
I know, spent a bit of money on the boy and he's finally coming good. Yep. How long we got left? 10 minutes.
Need
Anybody want to
athletes.
give us a wee call?
Yep.
Well, that goes without saying. We need athletes who can play football like that. I would hope so.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's been a hard watch at times. Sometimes you're saying to yourself, we've
That's-
questioned the training.
Thanks, Andrew.
Oh, that's the name I can't pronounce that.
Yeah, no.
So Andrew McFarlane is pronounced. He's gave us the name of the. That's the illness in it. I can't pronounce it. Was it?
The illness the young girl has, yeah.
Aye.
It's a skin. I know it's a very rare skin.
We'll put some stuff up about through the week if anybody wants to get involved with supporting Graham Souness, and 5 other people as well are doing it with him as believe the swimming channel.
Brilliant,
I don't know
yeah.
the whole story. I've no time to look at it, but great to see a Rangers legend like that getting involved. He obviously knows a wee girl. He knows her, so that's why he
Yeah.
was doing it. So it's all good.
Is that Morelos you have under the table so you can
No,
hear
it's the-
snoring?
This is who it is. There's the culprit.
It's Gordon. Next day.
She snores
I
every
wake
week.
up.
As soon as you put the show on, she snores every single week.
It does, I know.
Right beside
Every
the
week.
microphone. However, you are correct.
Can you get a link for your Discord? Want to
Gordon will
join?
need to do that. I don't know what. I'm on the Discord thing. I still don't know what it is. I just joined it to be nosy.
I joined it to be nosy again.
That's not
Gordon's
the-
the. I did. I've got to admit I can't navigate around it either. But I'm not.
Well,
I-
I'll put the link in the chat now.
so the link for the Discord is coming up in a minute. I don't know when. Bring back your toast for the time. We're going to start all that stuff again at the start of the season. We're just trying to get the show back on the go. It's just different ideas and old and new ideas. But I can't have a wee drink tonight because I'm driving. I've got to pick up one of my daughters, Sandra. The usual run about daft, so I can't have a beer.
I'm looking
And
forward
got an empty
to
tumbler here.
having a wee night and getting you on the show for a wee night so we can have 2 girls on the show. We did discuss that at the coronation party.
Yep.
So that will be good.
So comments have stopped there. I don't know what happened there. Keep the comments coming out. They're back again now. As soon as I say that, my own comments came in.
Thanks, Lewis. Lewis has put up the.
Sunderland loyalist Mick and Julie. How you doing, Mick? Wonder if that's no.
What formation do you think we'll play next season?
I think we'll stick with the current formation that we've been playing since Fields came in. I feel like if we wanted to change it,
The last 3 weeks indicate he knows what the players know how we're going to set up.
I think so.
I think it's Mary's trying to get the players to
Yeah.
suit the players to suit the positions.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm thinking. But
Yeah, I think.
who knows? The football, who knows? Did Gordon ever go to the gym?
I'm still waiting.
Don't know. Did they ever go to the gym? I don't know.
He's not. No.
To be fair, I didn't go either.
No.
Yeah,
I'm,
Yeah.
do you know? I'm still competing. I'm still moving forward. When he's are ready, I'll always be
Aye,
here
but
to coach you.
I'm a boozer. That's what you
I
forget.
know.
Like, I'm a boozer. So I like the
Yeah.
swally sometimes. And it's
Maybe-
hard because then we wake up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you go like, right, Thursday I'm going to go to the gym. But I can't answer for Gordon. I don't think he's been going to the gym though.
No.
I'm not a grass. But we'll be, listen, pre-season, we'll be fitter than the Rangers players at the start of the season. We're all having a 3-week break. Just to get things set up again. Sandra, since you're looking forward to it, we'll definitely get back on it again.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to
And
it.
just well, because Sandra had reminded me through the week, the photographs for the coronation dinner are all on the Facebook page now. There's about 180 photographs from the coronation event we had at Ibrox last week. So if you've not seen that yet, check it out and tag yourselves in if you're in it or your friends.
Yeah, it's such a fantastic night. Do you know that was? That
It
was
really was. It was great
one
feedback
of my
from it.
highlights of the year so far.
And we are
definitely.
planning a new event. We are planning
are.
it. Waiting Rangers get back to us, and if Rangers get back to us, we'll be planning a big event.
Uh-huh.
I'll not say any more about it now because I can't shut my mouth.
I know.
Don't want to jump into early with that one. But we're planning things in the future. We're always looking for feedback, or else if anybody's got suggestions or ideas that they think we could do in the channel. As I said, we're going to be speaking about the McGregor. Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Mhm.
I think we're doing a show, maybe next week even doing it, as part of the show is on the new format of the Champions League. Because the Champions League format's completely changed now.
it's
Right,
not
okay.
from next season. It's from the season after.
Is it 2 seasons away?
Yeah.
So it's going to affect Rangers and other teams. I think it's going to affect the smaller teams more than the...
Yeah.
So
The-
what are
the
some of
smaller
the
leagues.
changes?
So what
Oh,
has
it's a bit,
happened?
it's loads.
In one of the games that I play Football Manager, that is a change that actually happens in the game. So how it works is instead of having all your different groups,
Yeah.
it's just one big group, and you
Wow.
play 8 games instead of 6 in the group stages.
It's designed to get more money.
Yeah, instead of 6 opponents, or instead of only 3 opponents, you play 8 different opponents.
Goodness.
You don't have it. Yeah.
I'll maybe try and get Gordon Smith on next week because he's involved at one point. He was involved with football admin.
Yep.
Get his opinion on it. What I was going to do was, I just remembered that idea. As I'm going to, I've still got Campbell Ogilvy's phone number, although I haven't spoke to him in years. Campbell Ogilvy, for people that are a bit younger, won't know, was the Rangers secretary for many, many years. His dad was a massive Rangers fan as well. But Campbell Ogilvy was the brains behind the Champions League. He sent a proposal to UEFA about how the European Cup should change into a Champions League format. He doesn't take credit for the whole change on it, but his blueprint is how the Champions League looks today.
Right.
So he was the Rangers
impressive.
secretary at the time.
Wow.
Big Rangers man. I used to know him quite well, but I haven't seen him for years now. I don't even know how he's keeping.
Yeah.
But I'd like to get somebody like that, or maybe Gordon Smith, somebody that can talk us through it a wee bit, the changes, because it's going to impact the game's changing at an alarming pace at times with the rules and how they want. Football's totally changing. It's not just the commercially it's changing, and every angle is watched, every tackle's watched over and over again, so it's changing. And now the Champions League's going to change that. There'll be more money coming into it again. There's going to be more games and more. I think there's more chance of the bigger teams are getting. See the bigger countries.
Yeah.
The bigger countries like England and Italy and Spain. It's heavily. There's not a lot of, with the new Champions League. The new, I would say it's probably not too much different from what the original European League. Remember there was a European League being set up.
That's
Yeah,
right.
the
Yeah.
Super League.
And the Super
A
League.
Super League. Yeah.
Again, I don't want to say this because I might be wrong. I'm thinking it probably won't be much different really. It's just it's UEFA running it and no the teams running it, because the teams wanted to break away.
Yeah, what I like, I actually was, when it was first proposed, I was really against it, but once I've seen how it actually works practically, I actually really support the idea. I think it's
Really?
good. It gives teams like us a much bigger chance of getting in the round of 16.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So
We'll talk about that next week. We'll try and get a guest on or something, somebody that's proper clued up on the whole dynamics of it
Yeah.
and chat about it. Is there anything I missed for the night?
Don't think so. I think we've covered quite a lot.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else in it. Guys, we've got everything. We're live now. We're live on the website www.thegels.tv.
Yep.
And Mark has just confirmed that the Gels TV live Tuesday, May.
Don't forget.
Don't forget.
You get them told.
That's it. Our PR man, Mark. You're quite right. Don't
That's
forget.
Yeah.
It's been good feedback. A lot of new names on it as well, and
We appreciate you.
it's been a good night. Football's been no bad in the last couple of weeks as well. We've only got one more week of the season. We'll try and do a wee feed tomorrow at the game.
Yeah. Big night tomorrow.
Yeah, 100%. Loads of comments coming in, guys, just at the end here, but we're going to finish up right on time. Aye, perfect. Guys, if you want to get involved with anything, anybody's want to do any stuff for the website, match reports and anything like that, let us know. We're going to have a wee break after next week, reevaluate the channel, what we're going to do, try and upgrade it a wee bit.
We've got some big plans.
Big plans,
So we just
new
need
ideas,
a
but
wee bit of time to
it's hard because there's
put
no
it
many,
into
so
place. Yep.
we're always looking for help if anybody wants to help. Get involved. We've got a great camera set up here for digital photographs, but if anybody's young and students that maybe want to do photos or anything like that, let us know.
Yeah.
That would be something you could get into. It would maybe be a good experience for you. But guys, thank you very much. Tonight's been a good night. Thank you for myself,
Thank
Vivian
you.
and Lewis, and always remember
We are
the people.